Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to teach you how to draft your bustier. So here I'm using the Natalie Grace pattern. I've already traced out the pad that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the basic bodice block. So with what I'm doing, there won't be need for the skirt part of it. So let's get into it. um your bed your bustier doesn't require sleeves, so there was no need for me to trace the sleeve. So I only traced out the part that is useful for this tutorial. So on my blog I have identified the measurements that I'll be needing for this class. I have some lines here which I'd like to explain to you what the lines represent. So from the highest point of my shoulder, which is the neck point here, I have been able to locate my bust length. From here, from this highest point of the shoulder, I was able to measure down my bust length. You know, your bust length is the measurement from your shoulder to your bust point. So this line here is my true bust line, which is my nipple point, highest point of my bust. This is my bust. This is my true bust line. So here too I have my under bust line. I did a similar thing. So I measured from the highest point of my shoulder to my under bust. So the value I had is what I measured down from this point down. So this is my under bust line. So what other line? No other line. Every other thing is already on the pattern. So I will start with my front bodice. This is my front bodice and this is the back bodice. So now, first of all, you decide the kind of neckline you want to use. There are different kind of neckline. There is a straight one like this. There is a sweetheart neckline. There is a semi-sweetheart neckline. So you decide whichever neckline you want to use. So today's tutorial, I will be using the sweetheart neckline. So let me no before then, what you do first is you get your bust radius. Your bust radius is the distance from your bust point to your under bust, gives you your bust radius. Like for mine is 3 inches. From my bust point to my under bust is 3 inches. So your bust radius, that 3 inches, if you have your compass, maybe it's compass they call it, you can put it at the bust point and you take that circumference. Like that. So I don't have a compass. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to manually do it. I'm going to do it manually. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm just going to take that distance of 3 inches around my bust point. From this bust point, I'm going to take that what am I doing now? Okay, 3 inches, but sorry, I'm using half scale pattern. So you'll notice that I'm doing 1.5 instead of 3 inches. So I just wanted to know that the actual thing is 3 inches, but I'm using half scale pattern. So that's why you see me marking 1.5 inches instead of 3 inches. So from this my bust point here, point X, I'll just place my tape there, and I'll mark 1.5 all round. Normally I say the right thing should have been 3 inches, but because it's a half scale pattern, I'm using 1.5 inches all round. If I had my compass, they've made my work really easy, because I will just place it at the point X here and draw a circle all around. So I'm showing you an alternative method. When you don't have your compass, you can use this method here. This method I'm using now to achieve the same thing. So what I will do now is I'm going to join this. I'm going to join this together like this. All right, I'm joining this together like this. I'm going to join this together like this. Okay, so here I still have my circumference. So this circumference you see here is your bust circumference. Once the neckline gets into this circumference, it means that your boobs is going to show on the outfit. But anything above this circumference, your boob is well covered. Then on your boob, on this line, it just like it just covered. It's not going to show. It's not over covered. So okay, so now that I've drawn this circumference, now I'll proceed by drawing the neckline. Okay, what I do here is from this point I go down by 1/2 inch. Okay, now I'm using the real dimension now, 1/2 inch. So that's what you go down by, 1/2 inch from your armhole, 1/2 inch. Okay, you go down by 1/2 inch, and you go in by another 1/2 inch. Okay, then you connect it to the waistline. You connect it to the waistline without taking anything out from the waistline, because already your waistline is your waist measurement. So here we're taking in this 1/2 inch because when we are drafting this pattern, this Natalie Brace pattern, we normally add some ease. Like on this pattern now, I added 5 centimeters. So in that 5 centimeters, I'm expected to take out at least 3 centimeters. So if I was using centimeters, I would have taken out 1.5 on both sides. 1.5 centimeters on both sides. That gives you 3 centimeters. So you're still left with like 2 centimeters is. So here now I use 1/2 inch. Either you take in 1/2 inch or you take out 1.5 centimeters. So what I'm going to do now is this. I'm drawing out the neckline. See what I'm doing? This is the neckline. So from this chest line, this is my chest line here. From this my chest line here, I'll come down by whatever I want to come down by. If I want to come down, but if I don't feel like coming down, I can continue on to the chest line. Okay, let me leave it onto the chest line. Let's say I'm doing this straight neckline, like it's not a sweetheart neckline. So my neckline now is coming from here. Okay, it's just passing through the passing on the bust radius, which is that circumference, and going straight to the chest line like that. So my neckline is not a sweet neckline. So I have drawn the neckline, and what do I do next? The next thing I'll do now is for me to tighten this neckline, because if I leave this neckline like this, it's going to gape. It's not going to rest on your body. Of course, you know that this style doesn't have a sleeve. Even if you add a sleeve, the sleeve is just going to be like an attachment sleeve. So there is nothing holding there's nothing that is going to hold this garment. since it's not going to have a shoulder, so we need to like ensure that it's really firm on the body. So what will I do now? I'm going to tighten this neckline by I'm going to measure whatever I have for this dart. When I was drafting this dart, I used 6.5 centimeters, but on a half scale I use 6.5 divided by 2 is um 3 3.25 centimeters, 3.25 centimeters. Yeah, this is what I use on the half scale. 3.25, that's 6.5, half of 6.5. So I'm going to like times this value by 150. I'm using 150%, 150% tightening. You can even go as far as 200% tightening for a bustier because you really want it to be firm. But I'm using 150% tightening for this my bustier. Okay, I'm here to do the maths. I'll just 3.25 is 100%. 100%. So if I add another 3.25, that's 100%. I'm doing 150% tightening. That would be like God, how do I do this maths? Okay, let me just say 150% of this is 333. Okay, 100%. This is 6.5 here. 6.5. Okay. I'll add. It's roughly 7.5%. 7.5%. So I'm going to add 2 here. I'm going to add lesser on this side. Okay, I'm adding lesser on that side, and more. I'm going to put the remaining one this side. Okay, so I'll connect back. I think I'll need to buy a calculator and keep to make my work easier. So this is my new dart. Okay, I've done the tightening. So with what I just did now, my neckline will be firmer on my body. So on the underbust, like I've already told you what to do, how to tighten your underbust in my previous video. Like I told you that you place your tape and measure on the underbust line, skipping the dart area. Like you measure down. When you get to the dart, you omit it and you continue your measurement. So whatever you have, you write it down. Say you have like 10 centimeters, you measure around your underbust. Whatever you have, you divide it by 4. Say what you have is 8 centimeters, the quarter of it, 8 centimeters, then or 7 centimeters. You minus it from the 10 that you got on this underbust line, so you're now left with 3 centimeters. So that 3 centimeters now, for me, I like to give more to the side because I feel the side have more room to take in. Because when you look at this side of it is smaller, and you don't want it to be too, you don't want your panels, your middle panel to be too small. So what I do is I'll give 1 centimeter to this center part of it, 1 centimeter to this other side here, and I'll give 2 centimeters to the side part of it, and then I will connect to the point X, to the bust point, like this. Okay, I'll connect to the bust point like this. This is your bust point. This place is place that represents your bust point on your body, this point. So You cannot leave this like this. If you sew this now, okay, then if I forget, you connect from here back to your waist. Okay, you connect from here now back to your waist. You cannot leave this like this. If you sew it like this, it's going to give you a very pointy, it's going to give you a pointy shape, and you will not like it. So what you do is, normally all these rulers are too big for half scale pattern. So what you do is you place your curve ruler and try to connect from this line that is coming from the bust point to the underbust towards the okay, towards this. Okay, so you see what I just did now? I've shaped it to here, and this one now you just leave it the way it is. It's fine like that. So I'm obviously through with the front. The front is okay like this. So now I will proceed to the back pattern. So first and foremost, you have to do the same thing you did to the front. You come down by half of an inch and you go in by half of an inch. All right, you're taking out the extra ease that was added on the pattern, and you now connect it to knotting on the waistline. All right, so knotting on the waistline. Okay, so now you decide how low you want your bustier to be at the back. You can make it straight, can make it curvy, anyhow you want it, how low you want. Okay, now let's say I want it to be like 1 inch below my bust line. Remember, there is a difference between bust line and true bust line. Bust line is like your armhole line. So I've come down by 1 inch from my bust line. You make a straight line there so that you do not end up looking too curvy. All right, and from here, okay, this is it. This side is no longer useful. This side is no longer useful. This is a line now that is useful. So here now is a, now what I will do now at this center back, I will go in from here by 1 inch. You have to do this tightening, it's very important, by 1 inch, and you connect it. Sorry, on my half scale pattern I'm supposed to use half inch, but I'm just showing you how to do it. So 1 inch, and you connect it to knotting on your waistline. Okay, you connect it to knotting. Normally it's not supposed to be this shape. If I had used my normal half inch on a half scale to be somewhere here, which you now connect to knotting on your waistline. This line is our straight back, which we are not even using. I'm not even supposed to show you that one. This one here is the slanted center back, which we are now taking out 1 inch again, just to make the back more firmer. So that's what you do for the back. Then you decide if you still want to sew your dart. If you don't want to sew your dart, you can turn it to like a princess line, which you can connect this line to your neckline, and you cut it out as 2 panel, 1 panel here, 2 panel here, then you sew it. So with this all this tightening I just did, by the time you sew your bustier, you definitely like it, because to grip, to have this firm grip on your body. So that is it for today, our bustier class. Please, if you're new to my channel, I'd like you to subscribe. Please like and share my video. Thank you. Next week I will upload another video as I promise. So this is it for today.